Let's now prepare for a time of meditation and going within, just releasing all of the outer chaos and noise and just opening to that inner God, a time of relaxation, of quieting, and of being present. And I've heard your questions, especially through this time. Many of us are having difficulty really finding the present and staying in it, and stopping our minds from wandering forward and backward and just thoughts out of control, worries and concerns. And that's very common during times like this. We're in a challenging time, and sometimes our meditation practices become more and more difficult. And even if you've been meditating for decades, even if you're a trained meditation leader and teacher, these times can still present challenges of stilling the thoughts and becoming very present. And that's important at times like this, so we can be authentically who we've been called to be, so we can show up as the light of God and guide ourselves and others through these times of challenges. So in today's meditation time, I just want to take some basic 101 meditation practice steps that all of us learn. There are a million ways to meditate based on your tradition and your preference. I know that I was trained in Transcendental Meditation, TM, over 25 years ago, and it has been my saving grace. And it is a practice of becoming still for at least 20 minutes twice a day and using a personal mantra to calm and still the mind. And that's still my go-to. But I also love, and this is what I generally do in Unity churches, Myrtle Fillmore's meditation techniques, where she had more of an active meditation. You know, our fourth Unity principle is we believe in the power of prayer, which is everything we think, feel, say, and do, and a meditation of going within and surrendering and listening, becoming still. And Myrtle's meditation was listening to divine guidance that was brought to her, and then going within and speaking with her inner voice and perhaps her outer voice, but speaking to those organs and those cells while she was concentrating on healing. And this was incredibly effective for her. She had a direct channel and was able to teach others this method of healing meditation, and her ability to channel her energies into those areas and do healing. So that's an important part of my practice as well, especially if I'm working with the chaplains and working with people who have asked for healing prayers. That part of us, that healing inner work and drawing to us the help that we need. But becoming still and really meditating in just the zone takes a lot of discipline, because the mind wants to wander constantly. Constantly. We have intelligent brains that are constantly thinking, and it goes. And if you don't develop a discipline, it can literally run amok. And your thinking can get you into all kinds of frenzy and, quite honestly, illness. So becoming disciplined to a practice of stilling the chatter is a powerful tool of self-mastery. And self-mastery is a huge step to enlightenment. It allows us control over the chaos. And that is power. So the ability to be able to still the mind takes discipline, and it takes practice. Just like any discipline worthwhile perfecting, or at least really enlightening, it takes practice. And TM recommends that you practice every day, twice a day, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon. Just do it, and you will be amazed at how remarkable that becomes. But sometimes just getting still is difficult. So today we're just going to go over some basic 101 steps on how to pull your mind back from when it gets too busy thinking and concentrate on just the present. Now, 3 things happen during meditation. you will have so many busy thoughts that you cannot become still inwardly. It's just chaotic up there. That's pretty normal, even if you've been practicing for a long time. You may fall asleep. That happens. Our bodies don't get the rest that they need, most of us. And so when you get into a still state, your body thinks, conk, and that's fine. You may have the best nap you've had in years. That's okay. There's another state that happens during meditation, and it's called what Deepak Chopra calls the gap. And it's a space where your consciousness goes. You don't really know, you're not fully aware of it. You don't know how long you've been there. It's a place of inner peace, and it's not something to strive for. You may slip into it, but the real purpose of meditation is not only for the health benefits and the lowering of blood pressure and the calmness on your nervous system, your entire system, but it brings clarity of mind. It brings your ability to think highly, and it opens a channel to a direct communion with spirit. I noticed it took me a while to get used to the idea of meditating. I was living a very busy life. I was a wonderful expert multitasker and busy. I had the most difficult time even becoming still for 5 minutes. I used to set an egg timer, and I had to start it at 3 minutes and then 5. And just knowing that it was very difficult. Even the cat walking across the room would upset me. I mean, it was very difficult to become still. But once I just faithfully did it, my body would automatically become relaxed when I would just climb into my meditation chair early in the morning before anybody else got up. My body knew it was time, way before my mind did. But something started happening, even just a few weeks in. I didn't have any real revelations or these exotic, wonderful things happen in meditation like some of my classmates. But what I did notice was things looked a lot brighter. I took the same drive every day. It was about 18 miles through the woods to get to work. And I just noticed that it was more beautiful and more peaceful. And I noticed my home was becoming calmer. It was so subtle. And I got really excited about my practice, and I could tell the days that I didn't practice. And so now, while I do different types of meditation, many of them guided in our unity services for the benefit of that combined energy for all of us, collective consciousness, but also for the visitors that come. It just helps them get settled without having to do it themselves. And it allows us to share that guide together. So I like doing guided meditations. But when you're home, these are some basic steps and some tools. And the most important thing to become better at staying in the present and meditating is to practice. It is a practice. There is not a moment you reach perfection. There is not a page that you finish and you're done and you graduate and you get your belt. This is an ongoing practice. So be patient with yourself. All of the great meditation teachers and leaders will tell you to find an ideal time for you. That way, because our cells store memories, when you get in that same chair at that same time, it is much easier for you because your body is already adjusted to it. Early in the morning works because I love doing it before even the birds come up, before I've eaten, before the noise. It is really easiest to come right out of a state of sleep consciousness and into when I've still got my foot in another space. And then again in the evening, this is just additional support. And then each time it gets longer, and you'll find yourself not just in 3 to 5, 10, or 20 minutes, but sometimes 3 to 4 hours. It does become that. But for those of us for now just trying to get still, always become still in your chair. Take off anything from your lap, any distractions that you might have. Turn off your phone, which, thank you, I need to do. Turn off anything that, I remember we didn't have this ability when I started. We didn't have cell phones when I started meditating. And that could be tricky. But anyway, turn off anything. We like to do deep breaths so often throughout the day. We're not really breathing. And we're tightening in places because our body is lacking oxygen. We're tightening muscles and eventually wearing them down. So begin by taking cleansing breath. Helps bring much needed nutrition and oxygen to all those cells and helps with the relaxation technique. So by doing breathing, it clears that out, and it also provides you a focus point. When your mind starts to travel, your breath will bring you back to center. Sometimes you only need a few of those deep breaths to be reminded to brush away those thoughts. It also helps to have a mantra if you're comfortable with one. This doesn't have to be given to you by a special guru. It can be a choice of yours. If you have a word, peace, be still, peace, be still, Joshua, Yahweh, Om, whatever is comfortable for you will help you pull those thoughts back. When you find your mind wandering, and if you really have a struggle just getting your mind to stop, I like to do the Martha and Mary technique where I go in because Martha springs up ahead of Mary, especially through challenging times. Martha has the to-do list. I got to do this today. I got to take care of that. Oh, what if this happens? Oh, what if that happens? I've got to check that. That's Martha. Martha's a wonderful servant, terrible master. She will keep you busy, busy, busy. So give Martha her space. Yes, Martha, I honor you and I will get to you. Hold on to that list and sit at the master's feet for now with Mary. And then I allow Mary. After a while of these practices of stilling the mind, you'll be open to whatever guides may visit you, whatever light may come to you, whatever ideas and creativity will pop in if you but practice. We're just going to do a couple of minutes of that. We're just going to breathe. I like to observe any tightness that I'm feeling. Our yoga teachers and instructors tell us that when you feel a tightness in the body, if you focus on that space, the blood will be drawn there and will help release it and relieve it. So notice any tense tightness going on. Continue to breathe. I like to open fully in a prayer. I like to thank God, thank my spiritual guides for their guidance, for their attention, and for their reminder to go in the quiet and listen to them. You can surround yourself with light. You can listen to music if you like. My teachers encouraged me not to because so often we get caught up in the music, and if we don't have it, we can't go into meditation without that particular song, without that CD. So I don't meditate with music, and when I do, it's usually somebody like Coco Ramos who plays meditation music only on the black keys of the keyboard, so there's no melody, there's no actual song being played. It's just more of a vibration of tones, which I like and enjoy, but you don't even have to have that at all. Just breathe and observe. Become still. I like to start with just being in the present. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel the weight of your body in the chair. Feel your muscles relaxing. Breathe and feel your stomach expanding, releasing. And breathe. Still yourself and feel. Feel your body. Relax. And it is about at this point, maybe before, that you'll feel a few thoughts bubble up. Let them go. Just see them. No acknowledgement, just release them. One of my students sees those thoughts as clouds that her angels just brush away into cloud dust. Breathe and relax. Repeat your mantra if you care to. Om. And then inwardly, continue back to your breath if your mind wanders. Continue this practice of breath, of tone, of breath, of tone. Continue, continue, continue. Enjoy, enjoy. When you are ready, bring yourself back. Honor that light of God in you. Honor those around you. Set an intention to be present in every situation. Pull yourself back to the present and simply observe. Thank you for taking time with me to go into the quiet, to clear out the clutter of the mind, and to spread that calmness throughout the energy in your home and in your world. I love you. I will see you in my love notes on Wednesday. Take care and be a blessing to everyone you speak to and see today. Bye.